Exponential equations. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how to write exponential functions. The formula is y equals a times b to the power of x, where a is your start value, whatever you're given at the beginning, and b is your growth factor, and x is time. So we have exponential growth when b is greater than 1, and exponential decay when b is less than 1. Because if it's greater than 1, that would mean it's more than 100%. It's growing. If it's less than 1, that means it's less than 100%. It's going down. It's shrinking. All right, looking at our first example, a bank account has $1,500 initially and an interest rate of 1.4%. So that $1,500 is going to be our A. Now, this 1.4%, think about it, a bank account increases, the money is going up as you have your money in there. So we always start with 100%, and since it's increasing, we're going to add the 1.4. So we get 101.4%, but we can't use a percent in an equation. So we have to change that percent to a decimal by moving the decimal 2 places to the left. So our B is going to be 1.014. So our end equation is going to be y equals 1,500 times 1.014 to the power of x. All right, let's look at number 2. There are 4 bacteria in a petri dish. That is your start value. That is your A. And they increase, so that means we're going to be adding by 85% every hour. So we always start with 100%. So we're increasing, so we're adding 85% per hour, which gives us 185%. And that is a percent. We can't plug it into an equation, so we need to make it a decimal. Move the decimal 2 to the left. So B is going to equal 1.85. So then our equation is y equals 4 times 1.85 to the power of x. And that x would represent every hour. All right, I want you to pause the video and try number 3, see how you do on it, and then hit play and test it out or check your work. All right, hopefully you paused it. So the population of Kanyeville decreases every year by 3.8%. So decreases means we're going to do subtraction. The population is currently 34,798, which is your A value. So we are going to do decreases. So we're going to have 100% minus 3.8, which is 96.2%. But yet again, we can't plug a percent in, so we need to change it to a decimal. So B is going to be 0.962, and our A is that 34,798. So we have y equals 34,798 times 0.962 to the power of x. Hopefully you figured that out. If not, hopefully you see your mistake and this helped you figure it out. Now we're going to talk about half-life. Half of a radioactive substance decays every 53 years. That means it takes 53 years for it to cut in half. So how much will remain of a 128 milligram sample after 530 years? So we're going to do this first by looking at a table. So at 0 years, that means we're at the beginning. We have 128 milligrams. So then after 53 years, it is cut in half. So half of 128 is 64. Half of 64 is 32. Half of 32 is 16, because if you notice, each of these is going up by 53. So each of these are 53-year increments. So then it's cutting in half every single time. Half of 16 is 8. Half of 8 is 4. Half of 4 is 2. Half of 2 is 1. Half of 1 is going to be a half or 0.5, whichever one you prefer to use. Half of a half is a fourth, or 0.25, and half of a fourth is an eighth, or 0.125. You can use either the decimal or the fraction form, whichever one is best for you. All right, first question. What is the initial value for this set of data? So how much did we have at the very beginning? 128 milligrams. What is the value of B? So what is happening? Every 53 years, it's cutting in half. So B is our rate of change, or our growth or decay rate. So it's going to be 1/2, because we have half every 53 years. Write an exponential equation to represent your data. So let's write an equation. All right, so y equals 128 times 1/2. Now, the exponent here is what's going to be a little bit tricky. So it's going to be x over 53. And the reason is because it takes 53 years to cut in half. Now it says to use your equation to determine how much will be left after 500 years. So 500 years is going to be our x. So into your calculator, you want to type 128, parentheses 1/2, and then as your exponent, you're going to do 500 divided by 53. And if you do that, you should get 0.185. And the decimal does keep going. So it's just it's not a repeating decimal, but that's our rounding of our decimal. So, and that is in milligrams. All right. We are going to ignore this last question. We're not going to do that this time. All right, next problem. In 1990, Florida's population was about 13 million. Since 1990, the state's population has grown 1.7% each year. So if it's growing, that means it's increasing. So we're going to do 100 plus our 1.7%, 101.7%. Change that to a decimal. So B is going to be 1.017. It's going to ask us for that in a little bit. Or we're going to put it in the equation. This means that Florida's population is growing exponentially. Write the exponential function in the form y equals a times b to the x. All right, so y equals a. So our start population is 13 million. Our b we figured out is 1.017 to the power of x, where x is time in years. Now it says, what does x represent your function? So x is time in years since 1990. And this is the big part here. The reason it's since 1990 is because that 13 million was the population in 1990, because Florida's population was different in 1980 or 2000. So that was the time since 1990. The a value in the equation is the 13 million. And what does it represent? It is the population in 1990. It's very specific. It's got to be in that specific year. It's not the population forever. It's not the population in any specific year other than 1990. It's just that population. All right. The B value is the 1.017, and it represents the growth in population per year. All right, and last one says, how many people live in Florida in the year 2000? So the first thing we got to do is figure out what we're plugging in for x. So the first thing we're going to do is 2000 minus 1990. We want to see how many years have passed. It's 10 years, so that's going to be my x. So in my calculator, I'm going to plug in 13 times 1.017 to the power of 10. And when I plug that in, I get 15.39 million people. And the reason we can have it as a decimal is because it is million people. It's not just straight people. All right, last one. Since 1985, the daily cost of patient care in a community hospital in the United States has increased. So increase means we're adding 8.1%. So 100 plus 8.1 is going to give me 108.1%. Now I want to change that percent to a decimal. So 1.08 is going to be my B value. And it says write an equation. Oh, sorry, let me finish reading it. Per year in 1985, such hospital costs were averaged $460 per day. Write an equation to model the cost of hospital care. Let X be the number of years after 1985. So it already defined X for us. All right, so Y equals 460, because that's our start value. That's our A, times 1.08, which is our B, to the power of X. Find the approximate cost per day in 2012. So remember, this is years since 1985, so we need to first find out what is going to be our X value. So we want to do 2012 minus 1985. And we get 27 years. So that's 27 years later. So we're going to use 27 as our X. So Y equals 460 times 1.08 to the power of 27. And now this is going to be dollars, and dollars has 2 decimal places. So it's $3,767.49 per day. We're going to ignore C and D for this unit. We will talk about that stuff later in another unit. All right, hopefully this made some sense to you. You are going to be doing some practice with this. And if you need to, please don't hesitate to ask for help. Thanks, guys.